My dearest old gal, the week now draws its final breath, and as I sit by the soft light of my window, I am stirred to pen you this small account of my days. A rare span of time reserved entirely for the selfish pleasure of solitude. You see, dear heart, it was to be my birthday week, and thus I declared it mine. A precious embargo on all manner of social entanglement. No work, no visits, no obligations save those to my coffee cup, heavy and warm in my hands, and to the great dramas that call me to dream. I must confess, the inaugural days were spent in a most languorous stupor, the kind that only a well-earned exhaustion can justify. I lay abed like some indolent heroine, stirring only to sip coffee, indulge in a whisper of shisha, and, with a soft click of the remote, surrender to dramas both familiar and new. Friendly rivalry remains in half-completed limbo, as does usutoki rhetoric. But a sudden excitement overtook me. Thus, I found myself tangled in the tender nets of Changes of Heart, a drama delicate and sun-dappled, following two childhood friends who, after a careless night of drink and regret, find themselves tethered by more than memories. The male lead is charming in his way, though I confess he looks almost too young, a boy dressed in the coat of a man. And that, dear old gal, sits a little awkwardly with me. I must pause to say, dear old gal. There is something about Sooyoung in Secondshotatlove that is a balm to the spirit. She's tall, yes, a willow among women, but it is the roundness of her cheeks, full and youthful, that lend her a charm not often found. There's a mischievous light in her eyes, as if she's forever laughing at a secret only she knows. And her talent, how deftly she turns from laughter to sadness. To behold her in this kdrama is to feel one is in the company of an old, cherished friend. Love is a poison occupies my thoughts too, though I must confess, I find myself an uncommitted admirer. The leads are mercifully most pleasing to the eye. A necessary indulgence, I dare say, when one seeks solace in a screen-bound romance. Yet my heart remains aloof, charmed but not captured. These days find me drifting to sleep, mid-episode, the weight of months past sinking into my bones at last. Or perhaps it is simply old age creeping in like a polite guest, unannounced but unmistakably settled in my favorite chair. There is a particular kind of bliss in these half-dreamt stories. They linger like the scent of pine after the window has been shut, clean and familiar, and just wild enough to make you ache for the forest. On the matter of accomplishments, I did finish business as usual, a Korean BL whose pace matched my slower pulse. Less poetically, my grievances continue with the world of publishing. The final installment of a beloved series postponed, the day it's a cruel jest. Kindle Unlimited takes its tithe, and I, in my better moments, dream of withdrawing my patronage altogether. To place coin directly into the hands of the creators. Would it not be a finer thing? Yet, dear old gal, the days are not all screens and sighs. I find myself drawn anew to audiobooks, the soothing cadence of another's voice, the quiet companionship of story. And yet, I long to return to the quiet rebellion of true reading, that slow, deliberate turning of pages that no algorithm can predict nor hurry. For there is, in the act of reading, a kind of sovereignty, a small refusal to be herded by the invisible hand of convenience and overconsumption. How easy it is to fall, like cattle, into the stupor of passively grazing words fed to us by those who would shape our hungers. But no, we, dear old gal, we choose the deliberate joy of choosing, of lingering, of reading. But tell me, my dearest, what have your days held? And so, dear old gal, I fold this letter closed and send it to you on the gentlest of breezes. May your tea be hot, your playlists endless, and your dreams vivid with the colors of far-off dramas and quiet hopes. Until we meet again, in thought, in word and feeling, I remain faithfully yours, Vivian.